Good day, everyone. You guys already know what is going on. Must I even introduce myself? I'm the person that needs no introduction, if you're on this channel at least. I am the only Pixel19, and I make music requests into mashups every Thursday, 6 p.m.? Yes, 6 p.m. Eastern. And we're back for another Thursday, 6 p.m. mashup stream. Hello, Cash Money. 7732, Guinea Dogs 876, Eric James Online, Jawan Gumball, Watterson Fans, and Benko 757. Mine is when do I submit because my match request is horrible. The link should be live. If you've clicked on it earlier and it said that the form is closed, try refreshing the page. It should work now. But yeah. You already know what we do around these parts. I am a machine that turns mashup requests into mashups. I never guarantee that they're good, but they are mashups. I forgot the timer. Pop out the timer. There we go. My trusty 5-minute timer. How's everyone been doing? I've finally started having the chance to catch up on like YouTube stuff, content creation stuff, and some research project stuff that I've been working on since I've come back from my little vacation. Already in March. It's already been a month, and I finally got around to starting to work on it. Editing some videos. I'm excited. Today, I just realized. Let me double check if this is. Let me do a fact check on myself, but I think today might be the birthday of my YouTube channel. Let me actually double check. I feel like every platform always makes like a thing about like, oh, you've been on, you know, Twitter, Reddit, you've been on whatever, Instagram for like this many years, and YouTube doesn't do that. I just keep on kind of glazing over whenever that date happens. Where do I even find that info? There it is, I think. Yeah, I joined April 23rd, 2013. I've been on YouTube for 13 years. My YouTube channel is 13 years old. My YouTube channel, if it was a person, can now make a YouTube channel. Kind of crazy. Anyways, that should hopefully definitively prove that I don't need to give YouTube my ID to confirm that I'm an adult. Or not, I guess I'm not confirming that I'm an adult, but that I am over the age of 13. Because my YouTube channel is that old as well. Crazy. Let's see. Oh no, that's not the issue picks. You'll hate my mashup request. Okay, dual pick hip hop and neuro, or MGS3 and color base. What is MGS3? Also, if you're gonna say color base, you gotta spell it the way that the originator spells it, with a U. You gotta spell it with that British spelling. MGS3. What is that? Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. I'm more interested in hip hop and neuro, but I also feel like that mashup is just gonna be me isolating the acapella, putting it over a neuro beat, and calling it a day. Or there's another option, or hyper popping a 90s track. I guess that could also be cool too. Did you get to look at my DMs on Shitter? To be honest, no, I have not. I'm so sorry, I have not. I see it I use Twitter like once a week to like once every other week-ish. And then when I see it, I'm just like, oh, I will look at that DM, and I just don't. It's like my own little reminder. I'm just like, that is something I have to do. I should actually put a real reminder on my phone. But I haven't forgotten about it. Like, when I get around to overhauling my stream, there's a bunch of other stuff I also want to overhaul. So I know that like once I get to like focusing on the live stream stuff, I gotta do that as well, because I really like the TTS option. Happy birthday, Pix Cheney. Birth, happy YouTube birth. There's a third option. All of them are ripping the vocals and slapping it on top, to be fair. I guess so. It's about the TTS thing. Well, directing you to the guy. I don't want to inconvenience the guy. I feel like the guy has much more on their plate than helping me figure out my own channel. I'd be happy to write down their name, and then like I can reach out myself. I don't want to bother them. Especially with how flaky I am with like, oh, there's these things that I want to do, and then I keep on just forgetting to do it. Anyways, speaking of flaking, I will stop doing that because I now have a mashup request. Let me download it. First request of the stream is Eric James Online, wants me to mash up. Oh wait, hold on. I need to do this. There we go. Eric James Asterisk, also known as Eric James Online, wants me to mash up Bunshin's All About This and Kavari's Underskin. So I'm always like, I don't know what these songs sound like. I do know what All About This sounds like. It's white noise. It's just very loud, pulsing white noise. Nowadays, it's all about this.
Nowadays, it's all about this.
Cool. That's song number 1. What's number 2? Kavari Underskin. Now that song I don't know. We'll download that. I made a mashup with All About This that I used in a URL set many years back, but I literally just took the. I need to adjust the camera a little bit. Wow. There we go. I'm cropping the top of my head a bit. Close enough. I took the acapella of All About the Drop. It's About to Drop. Something like that by Boss Fight. And I layered it over All About This. It's All About the Drop. I think I made a YouTube short about it actually. Okay, let's see what is Underskin. I don't think Tuneback detected keys for either song. I mean, I don't even know if All About This has a song. It's like one note. There we go. Alright, what is Underskin? Alrighty. It is not white noise. It is bass. It's just bass. This is a start. This is a start. Oh, shoot. Alright, let me finish catching up on the chat here. Hello, nextcoyote_0. Hi. It's saying I already posted a request, LMAO. Let me look into that. Yeah, you did. You've suggested Cruel by Ossian and Xena and Scorpion Pit by Protostar. If you'd like, I can delete your request, but you did submit something. It's gonna be Metal Gear? Oh wait, no, I was thinking of a different song from that Kavari album. Well, if you'd like to... What song is it from the Kavari album? It's called Don't Wake. Alright, let's see here. Smooth start to the stream. I would never have it any other way. Let's see. Rumination at the Abattoir. I think that's how you pronounce it. So that's the album. And the song is called Don't Wake. And it is this song? Okay, that I already had an idea for how Underskin could maybe work, although I was gonna absolutely destroy it. But Don't Wake sounds like it has a lot more potential to easily work with All About This. All right, let's download that. Dope lol, I just wasn't sure if I posted or not. Yep, your request has gone through. Oh shoot, I need to get the notepad. We got the notepad. All right, save, download. All right, the real song. Oh, I forgot to mention, intro song for the stream was Past Pain by No Reason. There's a period at the beginning featuring Resting Tofu. Although this was a very underground song, and I think there's a chance this song doesn't actually exist anymore online. What happens if I search it up? No Reason Past Pain featuring Resting Tofu. Enter. Looks like it might not exist anymore. All right, well, my bad. My bad for showing off music that you guys can't actually find. All right, let me do one last read here. It has the same pulsing bass as you described. Notepad Pog. Oh, let me fix that. There we go. All right, let's get this started. Zoom in. Bunshin, all about this. Key, I have no idea. Let's see, allegedly, let's see, it's 172 BPM. I think that's correct. Allegedly B major. I have no idea if that's true. And then 174 Kavari, under skin, 174 BPM. Allegedly C sharp major. There we go. All right. I'm gonna do one last thing. Let me get my little music theory cheat sheet. Then I guess we'll just get this started. Oh, there it is. Neato. Bunshin is likely 172. He's a banger DnB artist. I'm familiar with Bunshin as the artist, but like I also can only think of this song when their name comes up. Oh, 172. 172. Look at that. Almost perfectly lined up. Nowadays, it's all about this. Cool. Yeah, looks like 172. I'm gonna cut this here. And then Don't Wake. What does this song sound like? Alright, so was it the drop is like here? Yeah, that sounds like a drop to me. It sounds like a build-up, and then sounds like a drastic enough change for a drop. Whoops. Just deleted the whole project. $174? Might be slower. 160? $160. Alright. I know which song we're speeding up. Love Farewell from him. TuneBat says Don't Wake is 160 BPM F minor. Oh, I guess you had the metadata for the other Kavari song. F minor. Alrighty. Stretch. 172. Can I figure out the key? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do EQ. I'm gonna hit him with one of these. Maybe they're harmonic. I don't know. I'm probably just gonna remove the bass from Don't Wake Up and just let Bunshin's All About This carry. But I was trying to hear from like the bass note if I could figure out a key. The answer is no. I have no idea what I'm listening to. We're just gonna atonally mash it and hope for the best. Lurk mode. Ooh, bass. Anyone got some triplets we could mash? That's actually pretty smart. Don't give me that much credit. I'm also tone deaf. Alright, let's see here. Alright, I'm just going to start the timer, I guess, and we'll just go for it. So...
Nowadays it's all about this. Nowadays is all about this. Nowadays is all about this.
Okay, I want to think. I don't know, I'll think about the intro later. I want to remove some of the snares here. I'm struggling, I can't scroll. Okay, I'm thinking just something like this. It's gonna be a little goofy. Oh, not what I wanted to do, but I'll take it. I want to do something like this. Something goofy like that. But I probably should also make Don't Wake a lot louder. Because right now it's boneless. This song is boneless, and I know exactly how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna hit him with a wave shaper. Cool. Just gonna copy all this because I'm on a time limit and I am slow. Oh my gosh, there's like this weird like boom, boom, boom. All right, I'm gonna pause the timer here for a second. I want to see what would happen if I extracted stems from this portion of the song, because I want to see if I can isolate the like random sine wave note hits, like the dun dun dun. See if that can if I can isolate those, because then I would just layer that like sine wave note hit on top of the of what I've already cut up. And then I think I also want to, what do we got here? Vocals? Kind of. Not what I'm looking for. What's over here? Instruments? Yeah, I guess that's what I'm looking for. I'll take it. Close enough. Alright, we'll resume the timer. I might just go a little bit over time, but let's see. I'm gonna, wait, hold on. I don't want to nuke all of it. I just want to nuke that. Delete, and I'm just going to copy again. Okay, I want to drag this shorter because this part's kind of like minimal. Okay, I don't have anything to say about the ad-libs in this song. Actually, I do have one thing I could say. What if I just got rid of them? Because I kind of don't like them. No, I'm not making it unique. How to extract. There we go. I don't want to get rid of them. I'm going to stay true to this song, but I want to crank up the volume even louder, but I don't want to crank up the volume of the vocals. So I'm thinking crank down the vocals like 10 decibels, and then crank up the master like 10 decibels. Cancel out type beat. What if I hit him with one of these? What's this? Oh. That's just bass. I'm gonna lower that. Minus 5 decibels. 6 decibels, screw it. Alright. Whoops. Something like this. Oh, it just keeps going. I kind of forgot how long this song is. How does the song end? It just goes into bass. How does the other song end? I guess it also goes into bass. Maybe I could just do... I'm just going to be a little bit lazy, and I'm just going to do my classic 1, 2, here. Too far. Oop, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. I'm going to just do 1, 2, 3, and we are done. All right, there we go. That's my outro. How's this outro even gonna sound? Okay, one last thing I'll do. I don't like the drums there. Let's see if we can just remove the drums. I almost said the buns. We're gonna remove the buns. This track, bunless. Remove the drums. And then I guess this combo is done. Oh, the drums are embedded. Awful. Alright, shoot, I keep making that. There we go. Delete. Delete this. Delete. Remove. Cease existing. Farewell. And now we're going to fill in all of these gaps, and then I will be done for real, for real. No cap. Okie dokie. Let's run this. What are we titling this? So this is All About This and Under Skin. No, this is not Under Skin. This is, what was it? Don't Wake. Let me fix that, actually. Don't Wake. All about Wake. Turns out this mashup is about somebody named Wake. There we go. All About This, All About Wake, all about don't wake about this. Don't all wake. All wake? Don't all wake. I don't know. Let me catch up here. Halftime at boneless chicken, boneless pizza with a 2-liter Coke, boneless Coke. What is Sethical up to? I was thinking about that the other day. The guy that made like the boneless pizza meme. What have they been up to? I'm gonna search Sethical. Enter. He's still going. 4 months ago. Supreme Court 2. Respect videos. SWAT team 1 month ago. That's crazy. He's almost at a mil, 100, 100, 400K, 50. Well, this guy deviated from the bit and got 15K views. All right, we're playing this. Play.
Nowadays it's all about this.
What is this? What is the lore? Obviously, I haven't listened to the album. What is... Are they having a nightmare? That's my only guess. Considering, like, the track is Don't Wake. My guess is this person is having a nightmare. I don't know. I'm just gonna nuke that ending, actually. Well, what if I do... Trim this. There you go. Dunzo. I didn't finish catching up on the chat, so let me catch up on the Siren Head Sine Wave. Just crank the volume so much that you can't hear it anymore. Supposedly the album the Kavari song is from was made in the hospital. You know what? Having been in the hospital myself, I can understand now. I understand what I hope is not fully sound recordings, but potentially might be. Don't about this. Don't wake this. I guess that's a good one. Don't wake this. Boneless fries, boneless burgers and fries, boneless every food. Why not? Boneless bones. Wah. Salad fingers-esque sample IDK. I like rusty spoons. Delete that. Delete this. File, export, zip loop package. Today is... Let me find it. Stream mashups. Today is 2026 04 23. The mashup title, Don't Wake This. That's a good one. Don't Wake Siren Head. Control X. All right, we got our next mashup of the stream. We've got Cruel and Scorpion Pit. The aforementioned suggestion from Cash Money. So I think they said I was going to, well, not regret this, but I was going to hate you or something like that. Like, I'm going to hate this or you're going to torture me with this. So I know what Scorpion Pit is, right? Classic. I forgot this is what the original Scorpion Pit sounds like, and the one that I was thinking of was the VIP. The VIP is like 100 something BPM, right? Oh wait, so this is also like 110 BPM. Okay, and you want me to mash it with Ossian and Zoska? Zoska's Cruel.
Like a criminal. Did you do it ever like if only?
Okay, interesting. Okay, that's a little more. That's a little more normie coded.
You take me. You
Okay, let's write this all down. Ossian and Xena's cruel exclamation mark is allegedly, so I see you've written a whole novel here, 145 BPM. 145 BPM. You said it goes from 3/4 into 4/4 as well. And you've said here it is E minor. And song number 2 is Proto Star Scorpion Pit. I can't spell today. I can't. Holy moly, Scorpion Pit. 100 to 140 BPM. There we go. F sharp minor. So first thing I'm gonna mention is the first half I don't think is 145 BPM. I mean, I guess it changes time signatures, but my first instinct is that the beginning is like also 100-ish BPM. Pixel, I'm sorry in advance. The Disprove remix. Maybe that is what I'm thinking of, I'm not sure. That used to play all the time on the Twitch. When I started this duality, hola, saved me 6.3 mil. Sálvame, is that how you say it in Spanish? Sálvame 6.3 millones. In other words, matching a time signature change with a BPM change on Vanity. Hello, Vanity. So it starts out swing, but then ditches it for rhythm. Because I don't think this is 3/4. I think it's just triplets with a tempo. Let's see. Oh wait, it is so it is 145, but it's not 3/4. If it was 3/4, then this would be you know what I can do? I can do this. Time signature 3/4, except if you are counting it from 3/4, then it's 217 BPM, which I don't think it is. Yeah, it's not 3/4/4/4. It's just triplets and then not triplets, I guess. But I see. I think.
me don't. It's gonna be pretty.
I have an idea. It's not the most creative idea, but I think it's going to be the safest idea that I can speedrun within a 5-ish minute window. Let me get these tempos figured out, and then we'll get started. So you've said this is one. I think so. I've already confirmed that's 145. I'm going to mash the dubstep sections. That's not dubstep. The other section. The other dubstep. And this is allegedly 140. Yes. I guess we're probably not going to have an outro. A little boring. Is what it is. I guess I could independently just make the outro. Let's see, this is 100. There we go. We've got a 100 BPM outro as well. A little fast. What if instead of saying this is 100, what if I say it's 200? Maybe that'll. Maybe I'll just do, hold on, I'm going to extract the stems. I'm going to do an outro, but no drums. We're doing a drumless outro. And that should be good enough. So it starts out swing, but then ditches it for rhythm. Yeah, that is what I have gathered. It sounds like a cool track. And then I guess they had to also make it festival appropriate as well. I guess I could have just redid the intro, but ease WTTs, trim this. And I'm just gonna start the timer. Wait, I haven't figured out the key yet.
Would you,
This is E minor. Shoot, I guess we're pitching you up.
would you put me through? Let's get me.
Alright, we're starting the timer. Let's get going.
Stole my heart. Did you do that? Will you pay for you leave me when
Did I screw up? Oh, I did screw up. I messed up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Project tempo. There we go. Saved. Nope. Nobody noticed a thing. Nobody noticed a thing.
stole my heart like a slave? Take me for a fool. For a fool. For a fool.
Okay, never mind. I thought that was a fake out. It is. Well, I guess technically it is a fake out. It's just not the fake out that I thought it would be, where they add in an extra measure for the funnies. How am I gonna do this?
Cause cynical, with all the disguises all of the lie. If only you knew.
Something like that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Well, I guess we need an intro. There we go. What am I doing? I'm gonna try something, make unique. I'm gonna put you in your own track. I'm going to blast this song. A little disgusting. Dun, dun, dun. Something like this, I guess. I don't really know. Maybe, mayhaps. Copy. Paste. I need this here. I need you there. I need some good Foley sections. Too many drums. I don't know. I'm just trying to make a rhythm pattern of sorts. Pretty uncreative, but I'll take what I can get at this point. What happens if I do this? Oh, maybe I could do this actually. There you go. I need that reverse bass. You're right, you're right. Let me get a drop. Let me get a drop. Let me get a drop.
When you play me, when you take me for a fool. When you play me, when you take me for a fool. I'll show you cruel.
Alright. Alrighty, buddy. There we go. Second half.
I'll show you cruel.
Alright, we're just copying this. Just hella copy paste. Outro? Where's my outro from earlier? There you are. Throw that right there.
Right now, 'cause it ain't gonna be pretty. Now don't you go messing with my heart right now. Now don't you go messing with my heart right now. 'Cause it ain't gonna be pretty.
So fast. Do this. There we go. I can't talk. I don't even have an intro. What if I just did this, right? Hit him with one of those. That looks so awful. How does this start? 1, 2, 3, 4.
But I ain't no fool. Now don't you go messing with my heart right now. 'Cause it ain't gonna be pretty. Don't you play me, don't you take me.
All right, there we go. There's the mashup. That is what I've put together. So it starts out swing, but then there's just rhythm. Hello Woomy4839. This opportunity to say added an extra measure for extra measure. Sometimes I'm a little bit creative when I'm locked in, but sometimes I am not. I thought I was going somewhere with that, but unfortunately I was not going anywhere with that. Sometimes in life you don't go anywhere with anything. You just end up at the destination with whatever you have in your hands. Doot.
Stole my heart.
Maybe I can throw this right here. All right, there we go. That's it. That's the tweet. That's the mash. Fade that in. There we go. What do we got here? Concerning the atrocity I gave you, I can't be mad. It has been so long since I've submitted something here, I thought I could stop by and do so. Feel free to submit. This is an educational stream and a motivational stream. True. I was never meant to be a music mashup person. I was meant to be a motivational speaker. And my motivation for you today is sometimes things happen. So here's the mashup.
Stole my heart like a criminal. Did you do it for fun? 'Cause you're cynical. Now don't you go messing with my heart right now. 'Cause it ain't gonna be pretty. Don't you play
what I've learned after this mashup is I would really be interested in hearing what a Protostar rhythm track would sound like. Does Protostar even make music like Scorpion Pit anymore? I don't think so. They've long since stopped that kind of production, right? What are we titling this? Cruel and Scorpion Pit. So we got Cruel Pit, Cruel Scorpion Pit with an exclamation mark, I suppose. Those are our options. File export, zip to package. Probably just gonna do that one. Cruel Scorpion Pit, exclamation mark. Enter. This guy is genius, generous, ginormous. Protostar now does DNB only. That is what I recall. I think they did like a one-off track recently, but besides the alleged one-off track that I am trying to manifest into existence but have no proof of, Protostar. I feel like he recently did like a one mid-tempo. Crazy. Got him, liberals. Y'all said it was only DNB. You're wrong. It was half and B. Drum and bass. Electronic? What's this? That is drum and bass. Oh, it's a playlist. Drum and bass. This has 5 minutes of anti-copyright detection. That's hard. What is stay? Drum and bass. Damn, it's been a while since they've not made drum and bass. Drum and bass halftime, which is a subgenre of drum and bass. Drum and bass. Glitch hop. Yo, that's crazy. It's duality. Basically almost a decade. Crazy. All right. Next mashup request is from Guinea Dogs 876. If you're in the chat, please make yourself seen. You've requested that I mash up Fidget by Chord Hell and Fowler's Hot. I only know one Chord Hell track, and I don't think it's the one that you've requested. You're here? Hello there. Let's see. What do we got here? Is this the Chord Hell track I know? Nope, it is not. Put those into channels. I think I see the vision though. Who needs TTS when you have Mr. Motivational Masher? Entire stream is just reacting to Protostar discography? Nah. I just didn't think it was that long since he made something non-DNB. Pretty surprised. Alright, let's download. We're not downloading anything. Chord Hell Fidget. Fowler Hot. 128 A sharp major. BPM. Fowler Hot is, you've written here B minor. Is it B minor? I thought it was like D minor. I'm going to fact check you. M catalog. Excuse me. Pixar promised to be nice next time. I appreciate it. Although the mashup was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Holy cow. I had no idea that Cruel was a Monster Cat release. That's funny. I think I mentioned last year when I did my Monster Cat marathon, I had no plans on doing that again. But by circumstance, I've not listened to any Monster Cat music that has been released this year so far. I don't think I've listened to any songs. That might have actually been my first Monster Cat song of this year that I've listened to. That I know of, at least. Maybe in a previous stream somebody requested a Monster Cat song, and I didn't notice. Control F. Hot. Get it while it's hot, because in another week it will be not. Fowler Hot. D minor. All right. That is what I recall. D minor. And you've written the tempo as 126. 126 BPM. Cool. I'm not sure. Virtual Riot's album from last stream was on Monstercat. Damn! Alright, that's 2 songs that I guess I've listened to. Thanks for the fact check for the key. Anytime. Alright, well, let's see what we got here. So if anyone's interested in doing this mashup, stems exist for Hot. And they're pretty comprehensive stems, if I recall. I have them on my PC, but I'm just going to stick to the master track for this. Bum bum bum, bum bum bum. Oh, that's the drop. Let's slide this over by 1. There we go. Cool, 126. Bum, bum, bum. Seven 28. Yup, those keys are not keys, those tempos are correct. Are the keys correct? D minor. A sharp major is allegedly G minor. Which I think G minor is harmonic to D minor. Yeah, it is. Yeah, so either Fidget is G minor and Hot's D minor, or they're both the same key. I don't think I'm going to change their keys. They sound harmonic enough, although Hot is kind of atonal sometimes. Damn, Peak Monstercat release, forgot Fowler existed. Not gonna lie, they've been full on in the the car stuff that they've been doing. They've kind of just they've decided themselves, I guess, that to go full on into their car stuff, which is pretty neat. I'm going to slow down the chord held track. Okay, I think I have an idea for this. How does the second drop go? I think I have an idea. Like I said, this would probably be... Like, if I was to make a full-on mashup of this, I would just use the Hot stems, but I don't want to get too intricate with... I don't want to get, like, what's the word? I don't want to get, what's the word? I'm blanking so hard on it. When you're unable to... When you get a block, artist block, whatever, writer's block, something like that. I don't want to get stuck with too many options, so I'm just going to stick with the master here. I use a site called Song BPM, don't know if it's 100% correct or not. I just checked, the BPMs are good. It'd be interesting to remove the bass from Fidget. So here's, I'm gonna stop talking and I'm just gonna start going. Okay, I want to do this. I'm getting stuck. There we go. I have an idea. What if I do this? Something like this. Fidget almost kind of feels like Complextro in a sense that it's just a bunch of like noise, not noise spam, but like it's just a bunch of sound is like thrown in sound design. Okay, throw these in. I'm clicking all the wrong buttons. Whoops. There we go. Dun dun dun. Okay, something like that. That's hot. Hot damn. Okay, where's my triplet? There you are. Throw you over here. Make unique. Kind of just going with the flow on this one. Okay, let's finish out this measure here. Dun dun dun. Copy, paste, get my triplets, paste. I like that part of the song, but I don't got much inspiration for how to do that. I think I'm just gonna cut this short and see if we can slide in a second drop speedrun. Oh, the second drop just comes in right there. Time signature, and I'm just going to do, let's see, 1, 2. Delete, drag, and we're just going to copy the entire first drop. Whoop. Copy. What'd I do? Whoopsie daisies. There we go. All right, there we go. Second drop. Hopefully we'll just see that that lines up. I remember the second drop being pretty similar in Hot, so looks like it lines up. Trim that. All right. Oh, I didn't fix the intro. What if I just do this? Something like that.
not.
All right, there we go. Intro's good. Happy with that one. Let me catch up on the chat here. Hi, chat. Submitted. Hello, Undead-3. 7 a.m. Time for coffee actually goes hard. Casino the week it will be not. I forgot about this song. Intro game been lacking a lol. Big recovery. All right, I don't know how we're gonna title this. Fidget and hot. Hot. I don't know. Fahadjit. Never mind. We're just gonna do fidget and hot. Easy peasy. I'm not gonna think any farther. There we go. Alrighty. Do we have any? I don't know. I'm just gonna press play. This is pretty good. This is good. This is fun. I think the idea obviously can be a lot better if I used stems. Pidgeot saved. That's a good one. I'm not gonna do it, but that's pretty funny.
In another week, it will be not.
Neat. That was cool. I realized in the second half it was a little hard to hear fidget, so I slapped on an EQ to just boost it a little bit. I also realized I must have copied the wrong portion in some sections in the second half of both drops. Yes. Okay. There we go. All right, now that's good. File, wait, select unused. Oh, no, I already did. File, export, zip loop package. What's Fidget X hot? Enter. This one was cool. I don't think I don't know if I have the motivation to turn this into a full idea, but definitely YouTube Shorts worthy. I thought the idea was cool. Good combo. I always think to myself, when Monstercat was like on the Fonk train, they should have signed Cordhel. And I feel like, I don't know why or what decision they made to not reach out to them, assuming they didn't, right? I don't know why they wouldn't have signed Cordhel at the time, because he was probably like the best EDM adjacent funk producer at the time. Also, he was hitting like Billboard charts. But like after the funk train ended, I don't know if funk will see Monstercat. Then again, I don't follow him. I said I don't know if funk. Sorry, I meant Cordhel. I don't know if Cordhel will see Monstercat. Is what it is. Bartholomew Bilby, if you're in the chat, please make yourself seen. I have your request here. You have requested. I've only dragged one song. Whoops. Heaven's Lettuce. Heaven Let Us Down by Pegboard Nerds. And Mind Control by Sudden Death and Wooly. Delete the marker. There we go. I'm going to catch up on the chat here as well. I don't get why Fowler stopped going on Monster Cat, not going to lie, they had really good stuff there. Fowler I guess, like, low-key kind of seemed like obviously he was a really great producer, but then when he wasn't producing, he was always doing his car stuff. And I'm guessing he got to a point where, like, maybe he was satisfied with what he managed to do in music, where he was finally able to do his car stuff. He got a platinum record. And, like, in music, I think once you get, like, a platinum record, like, what is there to do but to just keep getting more platinum records? I'm trying to see if I can find, like, a link about it, but because I think what happened was, I don't know, this is entirely hearsay, but DJ Khaled, I think, sampled a Fowler song without crediting him. And then that DJ Khaled song would go on to get a platinum record. And I don't know if he sued or something like that, but he managed to get credited for the DJ Khaled song. So now Fowler is a writer on the DJ Khaled song, and by proxy gets a platinum record for it. But I don't know if I can find that. What happens if I search Fowler DJ Khaled? I might have to search, like, Fowler's legal name. Oh well, or maybe I made the entire thing up and I am spreading misinformation, because misinformation is so much fun. Bum 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 bum. Someone else can fact check me. I don't know. Existentia by Fowler, by far my favorite Fowler cut. How We Win was so peak. Duck emoji from Bartholomew Bilby 1333. Monster Cat's funk phase was sad, not gonna lie. Every track was like 2 minutes. I mean, that's the genre. I would have expected nothing less. Damn, another Monster Cat OG. Lemon Foul, that's legendary for Fowler. Common Fowler W, gaming with the boys. Sorry for lurking the stream. Nah, it's all good. All right, so we've got this combo, Heaven's Lettuce and Mind Control. I don't think I've heard of Mind Control. That's loud. I would expect nothing less for Sudden Death. I think I have heard that song. Pegboard Nerds. So, like, what is the idea here? So you've written here slow down to 140. I feel inclined to speed up Mind Control. I think DNB Mind Control would be interesting. Heaven Let Us Down. Featuring, I think this features Coda, right? Oh yeah, it does. 175 BPM. Remove the space. You've written G major. Do I feel like it is not G major? Or it might be G major and I am mistaking it with Go Berserk, which is D minor. Heaven Let Us is G minor. That is more what I recall. G minor. Other song is Mind Control by Sudden Death and Wooly. Mind Control. You've written 140 BPM A sharp minor. I've been digging PBN latest tunes. They've been delving into their OG electric house roots. Defo sounds like a Sudden Death cut, lol. I don't know, maybe Big Wubs, but whatever. How does Heaven's Lettuce go again?
Heaven, let us go.
Right. That is what that song sounds like. $175, $175. All right, let's see. What if we made this 140? What if that was the game plan? Heaven's Rhythm. feeling that. I'm not feeling that. I think we might have something a little more exciting if we speed it up. That's what I'm gonna commit to. What's the other song? The other song is A sharp 140. 140. A sharp. If it's A sharp, then I need to pitch it down. I don't think it's A sharp. I have a little bit of inspiration. I have an idea. Mayhaps. Maybe I don't. Who knows? I need to get the keys right though. This does not sound like A sharp minor, but I don't know what. Hold on. I don't trust myself. We're pulling out the acapella. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Superstar. Whoop. 150. All right, 150 is A minor. Holy moly. F minor. Heck yeah. If it's A sharp minor, then it should be F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp.
Superstar above me when the sun goes down. The one and only who can light this town. And when you're feeling like you're burning out, I like you. That you're a superstar and you don't need a golden crown.
D minor versus G minor. Yeah. All right, we're pitching you up. 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll be E, F, F sharp, G. Oh, all right, we're getting started.
Heaven, let us
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, that's a fake out. We'll start the timer. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Do this. Cool. Drop one. Techno. Okay, that's some BS. Oh, maybe not actually. How do I shrink this? Shoot. Okay, got an even number. Drop this here. Bring you there. Let me zoom out a bit because I can't read. Why does that happen there? Damn, this whole thing is delayed by like half a measure. Let's do that. Okay, I understand now. One minute. Relay this, fake out. I keep forgetting how long this song is. How do I finish this song? Screw that. Pretty admittedly anticlimactic outro, but I will take it. Intro, can we... Here's what I'm going to do for the intro. Hear me out. I'm going to do this, this, this. All right, choked. I choked. 1 second. 1, 2, 3. There we go. This. What? B. There we go. We will roll with that. Actually, hold on. I'll do a quick fade over here as well. 1, 2. There we go. This is just fake out, right? Let's just, I gotta make the outro, or the fake out cool. There we go. All right, hands off the table. Mashup done. Time. World record pace. Let me catch up on the chat here. The lettuce is strong. Now try the other way. Let's hear faster. Yep, that's hard. In my honest opinion, speed control is not the way. I'm down for the ride though. Let us hear, let us control it. You're gonna get a fine for speeding. Ayo, that techno drop over the vocal went so hard. Got back from eating a bit, was hungry. Gonna go hard. Lettuce emoji. All right, let's get this one started. What are we titling this? Lettuce down and mind control. Lettuce mind control. Down control, down, mind down. Lettuce control down, down mind control. Let mind control down. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Play. Actually, wait. I'm gonna put a cheeky time signature marker here. There we go. Okie dokie. Wait, is that how the song starts? Oh, there's so much more intro. What the heck? Did I just cut all the intro? Oh, that's even more intro. Alrighty. Let's fix this. Wait, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. There we go. How long is this? Nope. All right, we're just gonna make this even longer. Oop. B. All right, now we start. Here we go. kind of gave up at the end. You can tell the love and care was in the first half, and then I didn't realize that this middle section didn't time well. And then, okay, listen, the cuts sounded better in my head, because if you listen to this, right, there's the kick, right? So the first two, what do you call this, quarter notes, right? First two quarter notes is the kick. Then after that, you've got like the two more quarter notes with like the side trance style bass. 1, 2. But then here, there's one missing. Although I guess there's two more here, which I misunderstood them as being two here. I thought this was like a 2-block gap. So I cut it. But I guess technically it should have been like this. Actually, I could just do... Should have been like this, I guess. It's like a one gap. Anyways, I think this is a cool idea. I think there's definitely potential. Also, way too much high end in Heaven's Lettuce. I should have done an EQ in the high end. Maybe something like this. I don't know. Something to make it not as in your face that it's different. Also, definitely some EQ potential over here. Because obviously there's this entire like techno midsection you can't really hear because there's just so much bass here as well. Anyways, the idea is cool. I think the idea does peak in the first drop. I want a Pegboard Nerds and Sudden Death collab. I would like to see it in my lifetime, preferably, but understandable if it doesn't. What are we titling this? Lettuce Control. Mind the lettuce, mind lettuce, Heaven's Lettuce. Contains no mind or control though. It's a play on Devil's Lettuce, which is a grug term, lol. What's a grug term? Grug term? Enter. Grug refers to a viral 2025 TikTok meme trend where creators display a chaotic, dangerous, or absurd situation captioned with "I call it situation." It rhymes with grug. What was the other one? Devil's Lettuce. Enter. Is slang for marijuana. Okay, so that's what I'm more familiar with when you say, unless you're referring to grug as marijuana. Oh, drug. I didn't see the typo right after it. The typo correction where you said drug and not grug. It ends so abruptly, I'm at the ending. I just can't with the Nightcore mind control, but good job. Pixel, no, I fixed it. No, grug term. I meant drug. Good to know. Good to know. Whoops. Oh, I need a name for this. I like Lettuce Control. It's a little boring, but it's very on the nose with the title, and that's usually what I'm going for. So we'll go with that one. Here's what I'll do, Bartholomew, because I know you said you can't take the Nightcore seriously. I will do this. Whoops. Whoops. There we go. We'll play out just the first drop. What was the original tempo? 140. Here we are. Although Nightcore is also pitched up, so what, should I pitch this down 4 keys? 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Call that chopped lettuce. All right, next request we've got is from Benko. They want me to mash up. What was this? The way you described it earlier? It was Metal Gear Solid OST and then a different word, a different adjective. I don't remember what it was. But you've got what's it? Neon Lion, I Miss You, with Cynthia Harrell's Snake Eater, and I assume Snake Eater is the Metal Gear Solid track. Neon flying. I miss you. 155. You've written here D flat minor, which would be C sharp minor. And Cynthia Harrell Snake Eater. I spelled snake wrong. Snake Eater. 180 BPM. F sharp minor. Lol drug had me screaming at my screen. It's now decor. I don't know. It's kind of chopped lettuce either way. True. Color base. Okay, interesting. 155. Wait, does it start here? My brain's briefly broken. Let me fix it real quick. Okay, there we go. I just accidentally included the fake out in the drop. Okay, and then Snake Eater. Okay, buddy.
But you're so supreme. I give my life, not for but you're so supreme.
We'll hope the beat starts there. Me when you're supreme. Allegedly 180.
I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Cross supreme, supreme. My life,
That's kinda where it starts there.
life, not deep snake eater. Someday you go through the rain.
Pretty neat, pretty neat. While we're on video game OSTs, I want to go on a very quick tangent because my brother reminded me of a game that we used to play on the PlayStation 2. And we listened to the OST very briefly. It's got to be one of my most recent searches. It is right here. Y'all ever heard of Crash Twinsanity? I think that was the name of the song. Yeah, no, not the song, that was the name of the game. Anyways, here's a classic. Whoop. Oh, it's muted. Anyways, I just wanted to see if anybody else had played that game. If not, is what it is. All right. What am I doing here?
Deep snake eater.
I mean, the logical idea is we slow this down. 155.
Deep snake eater.
We also have the issue with the keys. F sharp minor would be pitched down 5. F, E, D sharp, D, C sharp, yes. Or I could pitch up the color based track and go super core with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. weirdly enough, pitching it up 5 keys doesn't even sound bad. It just sounds fine. That sounds completely fine, which is pretty funny. I probably shouldn't pitch it up 5 keys. Maybe... I mean, I guess I could just... Hold on, we gotta extract the stems from Snake Eater. I guess we are gonna go a cappella only. See if we can retain the formants of the vocal. Me when I use music terminology on my writing paper, so it looks like I know what I'm doing. Let me catch up on the chat while this is happening, though. Spelled it right, like Lidl, needle type synth brother, funky nostalgia bait. Gonna go bathroom real quick if I'm next. Move me. I played Crash to Insanity with my older brother when I was a kid. Good times. Probably the best multiplayer game I remember playing as a kid. You say that, but because my brother corrected me, the game didn't have multiplayer. But I remember playing it with him. So I don't remember what the multiplayer aspect was, unless Google is wrong. Is Crash Twinsanity 2 players? Maybe there was like a PvP mode that I'm not remembering. No, Crash Twinsanity is a primary single-player game. Unless, let's see. I don't know. I remember playing it with him. Maybe we like traded the controller every time like one of us died or something. Not sure. But I do remember playing it together. Probably because it don't have vocals. Would have played it if my brother wasn't so against to the idea of me and my brother having a console. Oh, if my mother would have played it if my mother wasn't so against the idea of me and my brother having a console. They're back to the Blockbuster game rental era. True, it wasn't online multiplayer; it was 2-player. For me, peak multiplayer was Donkey Kong Country. What was that one? Donkey Kong Country. I never played any of the Donkey Kong games. 1994 side-scrolling platformer developed for the SNES. That's a throwback. The oldest game I ever played that wasn't like Pac-Man on like an arcade cabinet was Sonic the Hedgehog 2, but for the Sega Game Gear. Because my mom had a Sega Game Gear. Look at this bad boy cartridge. Unfortunately, my mom's Sega Game Gear died recently. I want to see if I can get a used one off of like eBay or like Kijiji or Facebook Marketplace. All right, vocals.
Supreme.
Can we pitch this down 5 keys without killing the vocalist?
Supreme. Not for honor, but for you.
I also just realized I didn't put these into channels. So supreme. 12. 12. I'm guessing we just get rid of the bass. No bass, no bass, no vocals. Sorry, no bass, no drums. Instruments maybe. Can I pitch this down 5 keys? That's fine. Can I get rid of the high-pitched noise?
Not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else.
Whoops. That's not what I want. I want reverb. There we go.
Not for honor, but for you. In my time.
Okay, there we go. Kinda redeemed the vocal. Maybe that'll be fine.
My life, Someday you'll feed on a tree frog. It's ordeal, the trial to survive. For the day we say no.
I guess, well, I just started the timer because, I mean, I'm already working on it, so... Made a little sidechain bus. Whoopsie daisy. Okay. Maybe we can just copy paste like that. Excuse me. Trim. How many kicks are in this song? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I'm just going to copy and hopefully just overlay everything. Looks about fine.
You go through the rain.
This does not look like it lines up. Like maybe here. Oh, gotta shrink the chat. What is this second drop? Does it just go off beat, I guess? I'm What if I just give up? What if I just do that instead? Here's what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get rid of everything in the midsection. Oh, thank you for the reminder. And we're just gonna do an outro. We're just gonna do an outro. No biggie. Boop boop. What does that one streamer say? Never back down. Oh my god, it's the sidechain and the second half doesn't even line up anymore. Alright, no more sidechain. Whoops. it's just a bunch of notes at the end that don't even line up. Okay, the what do you call this? The Solid Snake music without the vocals still sounds too grandiose. We're just gonna do that, I guess. There you go. That's the outro. Easy peasy. Not my best work. I'm not gonna hide it. Not my most proudest work, but given the circumstances, I'm not too pressed about what I've ended up here with. Let me do one last thing. I want to just shorten this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but it's also 1, 2, 3. It's like 3.5. Why is this like 3.5 measures? Is there even more to this song? Ah, there is even more to this song. Just when you think that's all it could have been, there's even more music. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't really want an intro. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cut. Trim. Crossfade. This might sound weird, but something like that. Cut the intro.
What a thrill with darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill. Search and I'll melt into you.
Sure, I suppose. I still think. Listen, I want to hear just one more time, but I think just committing and making the color bass track 5 keys nightcore would have been better, and I want to hear what that would have sounded like. Better. Let me trim that. Alright, there we go. I guess I didn't really give a heads up that I was playing it in full, but then I kind of just decided we're playing it in full. So, there we go. I'm committing to the 5 keys up, alright? We're going Nightcore on this one. Boost that one up. All right. What am I titling this? File, export, zip package. I miss snakes, I guess. You eat snakes? I'm just gonna go, I miss snakes. I miss snakes in all lowercase. Let me catch up on the chat here. Blowing game cartridges was like half my childhood. Sounds like she's holding her nose and singing. Singing was clogged sinuses moment. Alright, I'm back. Did I miss anything? Nah, it's all 150. This one feels like it was requested just to mess with you, LMAO. I keep clicking the pop-up. Much better, +5. That's what I think. Alright, next mashup request we got is Vanity. Wants me to mash up. Who was the person that said they've been liking the Pegboard Nerd stuff recently? We got Pegboard Nerds Bring Me Joy and Pegboard Nerds Computer Hacker. You still there, Vanity? Also known as Save Me 6.3M. I'm going to download these songs in the meantime. Is Bring Me Joy another... wait, Bring Me Joy... You bring me love, you bring me happiness, you bring me joy. It's that song. I know there's a recent Pegboard Nerds track that came out on, was it like April Fool's, but I haven't listened to that one. As I mentioned, I haven't listened to any Monstercat song this year. Let me do a very quick side tangent, because I do want to see... Oh, you know what? That's a lie. I know one song that I've listened to. Let's see. So hold on. I'm going to do catalog. Nope, I got to do releases. While I download these songs, Bring Me Joy. Oh, I forgot that the guy on that track was named Lagoober. There we go. Alright, have I listened to any stuff? Let's go back like 4 pages of releases. I think that'll take you to like the beginning of the year. No, I still don't recognize any of these. Let's go... Wait. Oh, this was last year. Was it? Uncaged Selection Volume 1. Can I get a date? When did this come out? I don't think I've listened to this selection. Go back farther. Okay, here it is. This is the last song I listened to. No, wait. I didn't listen to this one. I listened to Control. Because then Washed Up was Washed Up eligible for voting? I don't remember. Anyways, let's see. I don't think I listened. Is this volume? Dodge and Fusky jump scare. Okay, I need to log into here real quickly. No, you guys cannot have my Monstercat Gold. Why does Monstercat keep making me log back into my what do you call it? Into my Monstercat Gold. Okay, why is this page like broken? There we go. Page 5. Alright, we're back. So I'm gonna put you guys over here, I guess. There we go. I'm gonna have to shrink you guys just a little bit. Whoop. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, so I don't know if I've listened to either of these songs, depending on where the best of voting cut off. I don't know any of these songs. I'm seeing all of these for the first time. Like, I didn't even know Riot 10 came back. Quicks came back. That's good. Sky Knock. Cool alias. Okay, so I was gonna say, because there was the Simulcats did a Call the Wild takeover for 600, so I listened to the music used in that episode, and that episode included some 2026 stuff. So La Mente, I've heard it, but I've only heard it in a mashup. So I've heard La Mente. What else is there? Is La Mente really the only song I've heard? No. I think I've heard Purge. So there were three IDs that were in that episode. There was a whipped cream one, a boss fight one, and there was a Nevada came out with a slowed down reverb. Nice. This one, here it is. Thunder. I listen to Thunder. Thunder's a good one. Those are the only Monster Cat tracks that I've listened to this year. Oh wait, so okay, Thunder, Shock Limit, Lamente, and then To You. I think it's To You I listened to. Yeah, okay, I've heard To You. Those are the only Monster Cat songs I've heard this year. Oh well, I guess I've heard Cruel now because of the request today. And that's that Volume Nation is the that's April Fool's Day one, right? Alrighty, let's come back to here. Unhinged Selections was first release of the year. Interesting. Last call for Vanity. I'm gonna give it a minute on the timer, and if they don't pop up in the chat, I'm gonna move on to the next request. So they've requested Computer Hacker and Bring Me Joy. I see the vision. They're both like drum and bass-ish tempo, and I think they're both the same key. Let's do a little speed run here. I'm just gonna play the two songs on top of each other. Type in BPM 165, assuming they gave me the correct metadata, and then the other one was 168. Let's speed it up a little bit. Okay, there we go. There we go. Alright, there's my 1 minute mashup because I don't see Vanity here. Alright, here's what the request sounds like. Unfortunately, they did not give me the correct tempos. Can I fix this really quickly? Bring Me Joy is 170. That sounds more like a correct tempo. 170. Still not correct. Computer Hacker is 165. Anyways, that's all you guys get. There's my 1 minute speed run. Next mashup request is from Woomy. They have requested that I have mashed up Diamond Gaming by Desex and Renipla and Pyrotechnics by Chime. Woomy, if you're in the chat, please make yourself seen. Please make yourself heard. Please make yourself acknowledged. Please make yourself Woomy. I'm gonna download the music. Pyrotechnics. Wasn't Pyrotechnics a Skybreak collab, or am I mistaken? Never mind. I was not thinking of Pyro. I was thinking of Pyroclastic, right? That's the Skybreak collab. I gotta double check this. Chime, Skybreak, Pyroclastic. That's what I thought you requested. But that is Pyrotechnics, which is like one of the first Rushdown releases, if I recall correctly. And Diamond Gaming. Diamond Gaming. Oh, I didn't download it. Oopsie daisies. You bring me joy. Diamond Gaming. There it is. I'm going to give Woomy a 1.5 minute heads up. And while they're doing that, I guess I'll do something similar. If Woomy doesn't show up, then I'll just I'll do my 1 minute speed run where I just mash the 2 drops. Pretty neato, pretty neato. Everyone disappeared? That's all good. Just means I get to go through more mashup ideas without feeling bad that I am putting less effort, I guess. This sounds cool. I have no idea what the idea is to mash it with Pyroclastic, although there's a lot more song here. Alright, I guess I'll just throw on the last drop here. Excuse me. Delete. Are they the same tempo? They're both 128. Easy gaming, easy chilling. Are they the same key? They're both A minor. I should probably lower Pyrotechnics just a little bit here. Give me an outro. There we go. Oop. Oop. It has been almost 2 minutes now. No Woomy. So we'll just throw these in. And we'll move on to the next person. Here we go. This is Pyrotechnics and Diamond Gaming 1 minute speedrun. Let me lower the volume here a little bit on this actually. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Or 2 decibels, sorry, not 2 minutes. There we go. I can't. There we go. I have like a feral need to only increase or lower the volume by 1 decibel intervals. I can't do like minus 0.9 or 1.1. I gotta do 1. It's like when you need to turn the volume by intervals of 5. What? No way. I completed the freaking level. Let's go, bro. Yes. Anyways, so there's that one. Next mashup request is from Michael Elder, who I think just recently said, "Hope I'm not next." Unfortunately, you are next. Get owned. So you've requested Fools Agonize with Look Mum No Computer, which I'm guessing is that the name of the artist or the name of the no, I guess that's the name of the artist. And then the song name is Eins Zwei Drei, which I guess is 1 2 3 but in a different language that I'm unfamiliar with. I'm going to Google Translate that. Google Translate. Jarvis, show me this guy's translation. It is 1 2 3 in German. The more you know. Cool. How many mashups you got left, Picks? Good question. So this is the second last mashup. The last mashup is Undead, who has requested Ioban and Nuzbee's All of This with Nuzbee's Hot Sauce. And I won't be skipping theirs if they're not here because they give me $1 a month on YouTube. And I will honor that dollar. All right, let me download these songs. I'm still here lurking. It's all good. Listen, you guys, I used to say this a lot more often. I don't say it as much nowadays, I guess, because I end up just talking all the time. But one of the things that I love doing, especially when I join other people's live streams, is I shout out the lurkers. And it'll be funny because every time I'm just like, by the way, shout out to the lurkers, the most important people. You just get a bunch of like on Twitch, it just shows like first time chatter. Thanks. Or like shout outs to you. Did I forget to click submit on the form? Maybe. Those are the only ones that I see left. I'll double check. Maybe, what if I actually skipped you by accident? If I did, I'd feel really bad. Vanity, who I skipped. Benko, who I did. Bartholomew Bilby, who I did. Guinea Dogs, who I did. Cash Money, who I did. Eric James Asterisk, who I did. Yeah, I don't see a request from you, Next Coilt. The form is still open though, so I'll take it if you want to get to submitting it. And then after that, I will close the form. I'll close the form after this mashup, because that'll be a good number of mashups that I've done today. I will be happy with my productivity. Whoops. I am rearranging my tabs by accident. Agonize. And Look Mum No Computer. Boop. Let's see. Do we get to request more when you finish? No, I think I do. Yeah, I do. Holy moly, I can't talk. I think in the form I do say like, if there's leftover time or if not many people submit, I'll do second requests. But most of the time after I've done the first request from everybody, I end up just being like kind of like I'm good. I'm happy with. I feel like the stream has gone long enough and I don't feel like I want to do additional mashups anymore after the first request. So as long as everyone's got their one request in, then I usually close it up after that. I should probably update the text if I haven't. Oh yeah, okay, literally the second line. Only one request will be allowed per stream to allow for everyone to get a chance. Yeah, because I did used to do like secondary requests, but that was also when my streams used to be like 5 to 7 hours long. And nowadays they're a little shorter. I would like to either do more streams or longer streams, but I am in a predicament where at the moment I cannot do either. So we'll have to do more of the usual for the time being. I got your request, Next Coiled. You want me to mash up Platform 9 by, I guess it's pronounced Oneva or Oneva or Oniva, I'm not sure. And Flow by Creo. Let me close the form. There we go. Last request. And let's do this one. I've been in a dark synth mood, so I'm keen for some Fool I sent. Have you ever had to do seconds? Had? I don't think so. Well, like lately, there have been a couple of times where I started streaming and I didn't get requests for like 30 minutes, or like I got one request and then none, or like just very few people showed up. But then what I ended up doing is, instead of taking a second request, I ended up just doing either going through old mashups or doing a request of my own. Like I made my own mashup idea on stream. And I think I like that idea better. Heads up, Look Mum is pretty loud in the song, so I imagine the vocals will benefit from being quieter, like multiple seconds. Shout out to the time being. As someone who had to wake up at 5:30 to be awake for your streams, I concur with a 7-hour stream. Lol, there wasn't a tiptoe one this week? I guess not. Okay, and then what's this? Okay. Okay. Alrighty, I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to avoid using the second half because it goes into like triplets. I don't think Mana Portal 2 is here. Oh, I see. A mood change. Tractor sounds. I guess so. Alright, let's start with the easy part. Firstly, I'm going to delete all the previous songs. Nextly... Okay. 114. Checks out. Excuse me. And 127? I guess so, yeah. With a slice of pepperoni, hard. So here's what I guess we'll do is we'll do mid-tempo, and I will extract the vocals, and I guess we'll see what happens. I see here that it's written that it is B minor. I keep forgetting, is B minor harmonic to E? I don't think it is. Oh, it is. B and E is harmonic. All right, then, okay, the one that G and E is not harmonic. Yeah, so I guess I'll extract it. I'll see what the vocals are going to sound like. The keys are so far apart, though. Should I Nightcore, Look Mum, No Computer? Maybe. That is an option. Excuse me. Oh, hey, Look Mum, No Computer is going to be in Eurovision. Might be the first YouTuber to get there. What is Eurovision? Eurovision is like a... It's like imagine the football World Cup, but instead of soccer, it's singing, and it's with a bunch of European nations. I think, right? Eurovision. I've never watched it, but I always cheer on Spain. Eurovision Song Contest, often known simply as Eurovision, is an international song competition organized annually by the European Broadcasting Union among its members since 1956. Although I think there's some exceptions. Isn't Australia in Eurovision? Non-European countries in Eurovision. Oh, there's a lot of them. Maybe? Hold on. Boop. Can I get a Wikipedia? Can I get a list, please? Can I get a list? List, please. All right, I can't find a map. The map sucks. All right, apparently, oh yeah, so Australia is in it, even though they're not a European country. Israel, Armenia, Azerbaijan, and Georgia. Although in brackets it says transcontinental, so I don't know what that means. Oh, sitting on the border of Europe and Asia, but compete regularly. Okay, so the European enough. Australia is a funny an inclusion, but I don't think there's any point of exclusion. Oscars for music, essentially, I think. Well, Oscars is an award show, right? And wouldn't the Oscars for music be the Grammys? Yeah, the Grammys is the Oscars for music. Sounds cool. That's the Grammys. And I've never tuned into it, so fair enough.
Doing the whole 9 to 5. I pay my dues, I'm just staying alive. And I'm so bored of it, bored of it. Oh, what's the point of it, point of it? Darling, I need something someday. Doesn't cut the mustard. So you're munching roly-poly with custard. I'm so bored with it, bored with it. Oh, what's the point of it, point of it? Always been a fan of it.
I guess that works. That's the mashup. I'll do some side chaining. I'm going to clean it up a little bit. I don't know if there's much point in having a timer. One little nitpicky. So here's what I did, right? Locomo No Computer's 5 is B minor, which is 5 keys away from Agonize, which means I could pitch this up 5 keys and we're going to get Nightcore. Which is a little weird. However, E minor is harmonic with B minor, so in theory I could just leave it in the same key. Sounds a little off. However, A minor is also a harmonic key, so I just pitched it down 2 keys, and I feel like this sounds a lot better. I think that sounds great. If I really wanted to be super nitpicky, I could. What I have done before is I've made 2 vocal tracks where I made like one A minor, one B minor, and then I would switch between the 2 keys, the 2 differently pitched tracks, depending on where in the song. So like for example, I could do like this. Oh, I screwed up. Pitch this down 2 keys. I'm not gonna do that with this mashup because I feel like that's just a little too much effort. So I'd probably do something like this. I think the higher pitched A would work a little better. So you get something like this. Something like that. Let me actually do it over here as well, I suppose. Cut that. Drag it back. Oops. Drag it back. As for the instrument strum, I just pitched that one up 5 keys. It doesn't really matter if that's Nightcore. Well, also, and the drop is not really noticeable, but I guess here in the beeps. Beep, bop, beep, beep, beep. Anyways, I'll leave that there.
If only there was a language that I could count to that would make me feel better.
Ice! Alright, let me put a volume. There you are. And then because this is just pretty typical mid-tempo, I could probably just copy paste it till the cows come home, as they say. Let's we'll skip to the second drop, and then we will outro. Fade it out. Fade it out. We'll put sidechaining on. Whoops. There we go. On the second drop. I'll do some reverse sidechain as well. That'll be an easy inclusion. Copy, paste. There we go. Maybe I could. There we go. Maybe I can also just make the transition into the build-up maybe a little better. Hold on. Switch those because technically that goes there. Bring this down 1. Something like this maybe. Oh wait, hold on. There we go. I like that better actually. We're just gonna cut it to there. Alright, there we go. That's the mash. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, delete. Okay. Shift that there. I feel like I have not been reading in the chat, so let me just peep that real quick. It's worth noting America. Wait, hold on. Maybe it's the Olympics that I'm thinking of. LOL. Australia is in the Olympics, as far as I'm aware. It's worth noting America tried their own Eurovision and failed miserably. If you know even a little bit about Eurovision, it's not hard to see why. I didn't know that. Actually, I think I vaguely recall that North America tried a Eurovision, but I don't know any of like the history or the reasoning. I'm going to search it up really quickly. North America Eurovision. See what happens. The American Song Contest is a one-off American music reality competition television series based on the Eurovision. Hold on. This is an educational stream. You guys don't come for the mashups. You come for the education. What is this? Based on the Eurovision Song Contest hosted by Snoop Dogg and Kelly Clarkson. It consists of 8 episodes airing March 21st to May 9th on 2022 on NBC. The series sees acts representing all 50 U.S. states, 5 territories, as well as Washington, D.C. compete for the title for the Best Original Song. And competing entries were divided into 5... yeah, well, I see where the problem was. There's no Canada. Of course this is going to be a failure. Too much reading. Too much reading when I already know what the problem was. No Canada. No Canada. Control F, Canada. The show is broadcast in Australia, Canada, and multiple European countries. Nobody cares. Anywhere else? Is this Canada? That's the only place where Canada's mentioned. Classic. Alright. Pitch the vocals down. I did pitch it down. I pitched it down 2 keys. Unless that was way earlier, in which case, my apologies. Hard. Olympics of music, yeah. A lot of the most notable Eurovision entries are from bands that are extremely silly and camp, which America is just not. America tries to export everything and it fails, so that's not surprising in that sense. Mashups where the acapella is pitch shifted is like the most attention to detail you can put into it. Might go back into my 110, 120 BPM mashup request. There were quite a few established acts thrown into the mix, like Macy, Gary, Cisco, and Michael Bolton, which reinforces America's obsession with name recognition. Alrighty, let's play, I guess.
So sick of doing the whole night.
Okay, that felt very dry. Hold on.
To 5. I play my better. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Whoopsie daisy. Alright, I guess I technically started that I measure late. Well, it's not really late, it was just a fake out. Tweak this. And now, that's fine. Alright, now we can start.
So sick of doing the whole 9 to 5. I pay my dues, I'm just staying alive. And I'm so bored, I don't be bored of it. I want the point, something point of it. I'm paracetamol to quench the pain. The office cubicles try to again. But my mouse in a cage of love. Motivation now. If only there was a language that I could count to that would make me feel better. With a slice of pepperoni. I beg you get on me. That will be a party. I'm coming back to life. In English doesn't cut the mustard. So sick of munching roly-poly with custard. I'm so bored with it, bored with it. Oh, what's the point of it, point of it? I've always been a fan of aviation. I'm jumping on a plane to another nation. All my pals, they feel captivate. I need some euros to count on it. Darling, I need something to get it. If it's less of pepperoni, I beg you get on me. That could be a party. I'm coming back to life. Got me feeling looking for it. My country has no life. So like you can
I probably should have a little bit of a cleaner outro. So if I just did this, probably. Neat. Also, if anybody really wanted to flesh out this idea, there are better stem extractors than FL Studio. If you had more time and you weren't just trying to speedrun stuff like me, or just trying to get like the pace of the flow of the stream going, I would definitely throw in this German song into a different stem extractor and get a much better acapella and then play it along. I don't really think you even need the instrumental stem, although it does give a little bit. It gives some nice something, a little bit of ambience. Maybe for like the intro and midsection, you don't really need it for the drop. The drop is just noise. Bam, bam. All right, so let's talk about mashup title. The only idea I have was to translate agonize into German, which apparently gives me this word. I don't know how to pronounce it. Qualen. But I don't know what the A with the 2 dots above it is. Oh, there's no multiple undos. There's just a singular undo in the notepad. File, export zip loop package. I think that's probably gonna be. I like that. Just German agonize. I should probably do a capital Q. Because otherwise, I see y'all here. Agonize 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Agonizing street. And I don't like either of those, respectfully. Pepperoni agony. I guess that one would have been a good one. They do say pepperoni. The pepperoni that when you touch it gives you agony. Ein, zwei, dragonize. That would have been a good one if you had said it maybe like 5 seconds earlier. Unfortunately, it is out of my hands and it is out of mind. It is gone forever. And it will never be revisited. And the universe keeps ticking away. Next mashup we have is from Undead. Wants me to mash up all of this by Aoban and Nusby. I think if this is the song I think it is, I freaking love this song. I do love that song. And the other one's Hot Sauce. I've never heard this one.
Fire.
I am near confident right now. You have said that both songs are the same key. I'm near confident they are not the same key. I'm near confident. I'm not 100% confident, but I am near confident. However, I also do see the vision, so I am looking forward to this. I did not mean to put an asterisk there. I meant to put an ampersand. All of this. And I'm kind of thinking we go the decor route. I want to pitch down all of this. Not something I normally do, but that is the vision that I have, is we pitch it down. And then the other song in Nusby, Hot Sauce. I don't think it's B minor. I'm guessing I think it's D minor. Oh, it is B minor. Then I don't think Hot Sauce is B minor. Sorry, I had a moment where I had a shitpost idea, but I don't think it'll work. I'm gonna do it right now, hold on. I don't think this will work. This is not gonna loop properly, but this is my idea. Anyways, let's undo all of that.
Fire.
shoot, wait, what if it is the same key? Am I owned? Okay, maybe it's harmonic, but I don't know, something... Okay, no, you might be right. It's either... I don't think it's the same key, it might be harmonic. Hold on, I'm coping. I'm about to take a huge L. I'm about to get owned. Let me catch up on the chat here. On to the next one. Out of main. Hot sauce might be detuned. Oh, it's detuned? I'm gonna extract stems because actually I'm not gonna do that. It'll be easier to check if it's detuned if I just tune it. All right, let's see. What have you done to me? Let's do 50 minus 50, as Eric has suggested here. I'm trying to get it to 50 and I keep missing. There we go.
Fire. Fire.
I don't think it's detuned.
Fire.
Let me extract the vocal. I want to extract the vocal. I might just be like harmonic or like a different like chord progression is not the word I'm looking for. Maybe it might be the word I'm looking for. It might be a different like mode. Like it might not be major or minor. It might be like mixolydian or one of those weird ones where it's like they share a lot of the notes, but that the way the music progresses, like it shares a lot of the notes, just not at the right times, which would be an issue. Or I should just keep experimenting. Or I could bring out the Superstar. I do have the Superstar folder still opened. Never mind, I do not. I would have to find it again, but it should not take me that long to find it. Anyways, I was thinking I'd pitch down all of this, and I think that would be cool. Dorian or something? I don't know. That is beyond my pay grade, unfortunately. Which means I am just as clueless as many of y'all. I think you were on the right track with the detuning. Might be up or down a few cents. Maybe. I'm still of the idea that I think it's just harmonic. I don't think it's detuned. I think it's just moody. It's just vibey. It's just on a different wavelength. Samples, Monster Cat, official stems, Superstar. All right, where's the vocal?
Fire.
Yeah, it sounds completely fine. I think it's just harmonic, which is throwing me off. Oh, you know what? Actually, you know what I do have? Hold on, wait a minute. So hold on, I'm gonna do two things. I'm gonna import this. I'll import the vocals, and then I'm also going to import. Shoot, give me one moment while I find something very important to the importance of this. Very important to the stream. So important so that I will pause everything to find what I need. Dana, dana, all of this. Dana, 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 all of this. Dana, 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 dana. Save, downloads. 120, no, 146. I've got this.
I know you want all of this. Feeling it from my body. I know you want all of this. Feeling it from my body.
Da-da-na-na, ba-da-da.
You want all of this. Feeling it from my body.
I want to extract the stems from Hot Sauce. We're gonna nuke the acapella. We're gonna nuke the vocals in Hot Sauce. Throw in the vocal stem. We're gonna repeat it, and it's gonna annoy everybody. Oh wait, I wanted to check the key. I'll extract the stems from Hot Sauce. Why not? And then I'm gonna do Superstar, and then I'll start the 5-minute timer, and then we get this thing going. Get her on the move. Excuse me. After the stream, what time is it right now? Almost 9 p.m. my time. I'm gonna go for. I think I might go for a little bike ride. Cheeky shower. And then I'm gonna go back on my Megarex grind. Holy moly! I've literally spent like the last 3 days nonstop just doing, just researching Megarex. It's been a pain. One more mash after this? Correct. I do have one more mash. It is from Next Coiled. I don't know what the mashup is, but oh no, I said it earlier, but I don't remember it. I've ejected the memory from my mind after I vocalized what the mashup was, so it'll be a nice surprise once I reread it. But there's this mashup, there's one more mashup, and that is our weekly stream. All right, let me confirm definitively what the key here is. Dina, Yuna, oh, I love this. Did I not put these in their own channels? I didn't put them in their own channel. That's unfortunate. 19, 19, 19, 19. 20, 20, 20, 20, 20. Alrighty.
You're the superstar above me when the sun goes down. The one and only hooking like this time. And when you're feeling like you're burning out, that you're a superstar and you don't need a golden crown. 'Cause everybody needs a hero now. And when the weight's like £1,000,000, I say superstar above me when the sun goes down. The one and only who can light this.
So it could be F sharp minor, or it could be like a mix of the two. Because as y'all hear, it's like they're either way it works.
Superstar above me when the sun goes down. The one and only. Oh, I will remind you that you're a superstar.
Let's see. If that is the case, what if I pitch this down 5 keys then? I don't know. Something odd about Hot Sauce is all I can say. Let's mute these. I want to mute the vocals. I'm going to start the timer right now. No bass. We'll double up on the drums. Screw it. I'll keep the vocals actually. Yeah.
I know you want all of this. Feeling it from my body. I know you want all of feeling it, all of this. Feeling it from my
want to duplicate this little section. Although I don't know how this will sound. But let's see. Wait, hold on. What if I do this? And then hold on, I can cut this down in half. How much time do I got? 1 minute? That's enough time. That's enough time. Something like that. Ooh, right when the timer hits. Let's go. All right, that was pretty good. I like that. I'm glad I was able to use the vocals from both songs. That was pretty good. No thoughts, head empty. Just kind of went for it. It was pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty content.
Wherever you're not.
That's also a splice sample, I'm pretty sure. I just don't know what, but yeah. Let me catch up on the chat here. Never trusting Beatport for keys and BPMs again. They're always giving me the wrong info. Listen, I'm still a Beatport diehard because no other website can aggregate can aggregate and also give you sorting tools for free, quite like Beatport, in my opinion. Anything better either requires you to provide your own music or for you to aggregate your own data, and I think Beatport does a great job at doing both. With that said, you also kind of have to go in, and I guess it kind of comes with like just using Beatport more often, is just knowing the likely like incorrect things that might happen. So for example, Beatport is good at detecting keys, but if it's going to be wrong, the likely wrong option is going to be something harmonic. It's not often where it gives you just something completely wrong, but if you use Beatport as like a starting point and you're like, something doesn't sound quite correct. This doesn't sound like another F minor track. That's when you can go in and be like, okay, well, F minor is harmonic of, let's see, what is it F minor harmonic of? F minor is harmonic of C minor and A sharp minor. So you might not have an F minor track, you might have a C minor track, or you might have an A sharp minor track. And then with tempo, the obvious example that I will always use in Beat to the Ground is how sometimes it'll detect drum and bass songs as like 138 BPM. If you are going through a drum and bass artist or a drum and bass record label, and you see a song that says 138 BPM, you should be able to catch that it's probably not 138 BPM, and you might just be able to multiply it by like 1.25. Let's see, calculator. 138 times 1.25. Yeah, 172 BPM. So it's probably like 139 times 120, 1.25. Close. Close, give or take, right? But if you see a drum and bass song at 139 BPM, just multiply it by 1.25, and it kind of gets you to a much more likely answer. But that's also why you guys might see like polyrhythmic, like 140 to 1 polyrhythmic transitions that go from 140 to drum and bass, 175, 140, 175, or you can go 175 times 0.66 and it'll take you to house. That's not house. A little slower than house, but glitch hop, I guess you could say. So those are your options. Oh wait, hold on, wait, calculator. If I do, actually wait, 175 times 0.75, and then it gives you the other way around. So that's how you can get a 131 BPM track as a. That's how you get like a drum and bass track at 131, or as like at house tempo. Anyways, that is your educational plug. Let's play. What is this? All of this in hot sauce? So all of this hot sauce. That's the only option.
Wherever you're not.
Pretty good combo. I wish we had stems because I think this is a sick idea, but the FL Studio stem extraction does not do it justice. But like I said, there are third-party stem extractors that could probably do a better job. I think this idea definitely has potential. There's definitely some areas with improvement. Like for example, the fake out that I tried to extend really exposes the flaws in the extraction from all of this. So I'd probably not make it as long and just shorten it to the same duration as hot sauce. All of this hot sauce. Enter. Last mashup of the stream, we've got. Did I import the same song twice? Oh, I did. Whoopsie daisy. Delete. What? Oh, I think I named them both the same song, I guess. Oh, I know this song. This is in NCS, I think. That's a good song. Let me make sure I imported the right song. I'm gonna delete that. And I just re-downloaded it with the correct... Okay, I think I can see, well, okay, so first off, the energy is not the same. So, we'll have to see how that works. Platform 9, excuse my coughing. 126 BPM, C minor, versus Creo Flow. Flow, there we go. Creo Flow, allegedly also 128 BP minor, C minor, BPM C minor. There we go. You know what I just realized is not open? Hold on. Let me give you guys some eye candy. There you go. Good song. What about this one? Okay. Pretty different vibes. Let's see. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to assume it's 128. Here's what I will do. I'll try one of those third-party sites that I've mentioned. We'll see. I want to extract the stems from Platform 9. Whoop. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. I have to log into my email. No, I did not forget my email. The only problem with using a third-party site is that most of these require you to wait in a queue, and that's why I never use them for my streams, is because I can just use FL Studio and do it entirely within the DAW. But I have a vision, and I'm just going to assume already that FL Studio can't do what I want it to do. Vocal, bass, drum, guitar, piano, separate. How long is this going to take? Oh, you know what I just remembered? It takes forever to download the files too. Okay, well, anyways, here was the idea that I had. Let's just hear what it sounds like, just like this. Here. So I think we should just like swap that around. Wait, there's a third drop? Kind of the same. What, too much bass? Too much bass. Okay, download it as a zip. Download it to my downloads. How long is this going to take? It might take a little bit of time. So the idea that I had is I think the drops might be a little too different, but I think the like the mid sections has potential. Also, there's a chance that, excuse me, there's a chance it's like harmonic. What did I cut? There we go, that's what I wanted here. I'm gonna wait. How long is this gonna take to download? Oh, it's taking so long. Excuse me. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56. I'm downloading half a gig in stems. Let me catch up on the chat while we're chilling, while we're waiting. Nice timing. Good mash. FS. Kind of chill. I dig it. Pretty good. Creo mentioned. Creo is such a goated producer. I agree. Might have to do a mash with circles. Flow might work really well with AU5's Heat. I'll write that down. Either that or Starflame. I want to confirm the keys. So there's like a itch in the back of my mind that they both might not be C minor, or we might just have the exact same situation that we had with the last mashup where one of the tracks is like a weird mix of two keys. And we've got a little bit of time to kill while I wait for this to figure itself out. Let's do platform 9. Platform 9 I'm pretty sure is C minor.
You're the superstar above me when the sun goes down. The
Yeah, so I think I think flow switches between C minor and F minor. This sax solo in particular sounds a lot more F minor to me than C minor. But obviously they're harmonic, so either way they work pretty well with each other. How good was this isolation that I have acquired here? So yeah, obviously, like if I wasn't streaming, I wouldn't use this, but or if I wasn't streaming, I would use something like this. So I'm gonna nuke. What do we got here? I have to make these all. Oh shoot. Make these all 128. Wait, what did I isolate? Oh, I isolated. Yeah, that's what I meant to isolate, although I was confused for a moment. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're just going to delete that. We're not using that. I'm going to delete that as well. I'm going to delete all of flow, and we're just going to start over. We're going to start clean. I'm deleting the Superstar Acapella as well. I'm going to put this over here. Platform 9. And now I'm just going to do 5 minutes and we'll see what I can do here. Why is it so quiet? Whoops daisies. I guess I'll just do that. Stick to the original key. Yeah, I'm feeling more inclined that flow is F minor, but like some weird F minor thing. I'm also noticing that the progression of flow is like twice as, like half as slow as Platform 9. So I'm almost kind of want to do, okay, the drum is annoying me. wonder if I can do this. Okay. And then even between the stems, the progressions don't match. Platform 9 is such a interesting song. I'm gonna switch these around. Be quiet, timer. I guess we're just gonna kind of stick to the one drop, but hopefully it's gonna be a good one drop. I choked. Hold on. I think I know where I choked. Easy fix. Music theory. So annoying. Why does music gotta be like this? Why does this music be so perfect? What happened in my copy pasting? I messed up hard. All right, let's see. Why is this one off? There we go. Okay, let's delete all of this. Copy paste all of that. And then the only thing that's kind of awkward, I guess, is the vocal. What if I layered it? Okay, well the problem is the vocals don't even match the progression either. So what if I did this? Let's do this, do this, do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. The vocal. Listen, the vocals at this point, it doesn't matter if the lyrics have any cohesion because they won't. They are now an instrument. Let me do declicking. Okay, I'm gonna do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3, 4. Alright, I'm just giving up with that. We're gonna copy paste everything. Make it a second row. And I'm getting rid of those 2 stems. We're just gonna do that, I guess. Intro. I need to shrink this down by 1 measure. I know I'm way over 10 minutes by this point. Alright, listen. We in the harmonic state, alright? Sometimes mashups just be like that, you know what I'm saying? Actually delete that, delete this, copy this, paste here. Okay, last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do copy, paste, paste. What, 100? No. 22. Copy, paste, paste, paste. Oh, 21. You're going in there. 21. 21's also going in there. And I'm going to do this. Channel 22. And we're fading you out. There we go. That's the outro. All right. Time. We'll see if all of that time that I just put into figuring and reconstructing the melody was worth it or not. Here we go. One second. Copy, delete, paste. All right, now we commit. All right, whatever happens, happens. Cute. Yeah, there's potential if you want to spend a lot more time than the amount of time that I did in my quote speed run. Yeah, I think flow is F minor. That is the main conclusion I've come out of this. I wish we had stems. Unfortunately, the NCS track is very, very clean, and I mean that in like a very, it's like very manufactured, for lack of a better word. Like it's very clean, whereas flow sounds a little more organic, and I think that, along with like the different progressions, just makes it a pretty difficult combination to put together. I bet there's probably like more that could have been done at the very least for the vocals, because I kind of just tried to get away with like just harmonically stacking the vocals to make it sound like it worked. And I do think it kind of sounded like it worked, but then also like, I don't know, there was something there, and it required a little more work than just stacking them or removing stems. But it's cool. It's cool. I mean, it shows like how like intricate, I guess you could really get with it, with like mashups, even though you're just playing with two songs. It also shows like how some of these third-party tools are a lot better than FL Studio, but obviously you have to wait like 10 minutes to like get it. So I'm glad I was able to experiment with it. I thought this was pretty fun. I think if there wasn't the super cool sax, I would have just chopped this up, but then I probably would have chopped this up and done the opposite of what I did down here. Like I would have done this. So it would have been like this. Oh wait, that's not. And I would have to do it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. I'd have to do like, whoops, this. 1, 2. 1, 2. In hindsight, it doesn't sound as bad as I thought it would, but I think it kind of ruined I mean, pun unintended, I guess, the flow of the track. I think the way that it's stretched out, the chord progression really makes for the track and what really allows the sax to shine, as opposed to Platform 9, where it's just like to the like, you know, it's got a rhythm that it's trying to maintain, but it's pretty cool. I like it. This was fun. I'm glad I got to revisit my NCS days, although it was very, very minimal. Platform 9 Flow, I'm just going to call it Flow 9. I didn't even know there was that many layers in Platform 9. I mean, so the way the site that I use is it extracts it into those different layers, and then it tries to isolate all of the elements into those containers. But that's not to say that the song has that many layers or does not have that many layers. It could have more, it could have less, but that the way that their like algorithm divides the track is into those layers. Like for example, I think this layer is the piano layer. No, that's guitar. That's the guitar layer, which it's guitar-ish, right? But guitar could also be a pluck. Like it's guitar sounding. This is piano, I think. That's piano, yeah. Vocal, what was this? Other could be a lot of things. It could be like synthetic instruments. It could be like impacts, risers, white noise. But it goes into like the other category. And as you guys saw, there was also drums and bass as well. But yeah, that's that. Boop. There we go. Another successful stream. Thanks for showing up, everyone. This was a longer stream, 3 hours, 39 minutes. Pretty good. Anyways, I'm not going to take y'all's time for much longer. Thanks for showing up. I'll be around next Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as I normally do. And yeah, thanks for showing up. I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.